So what else can we do?
Well,
so we go from checking in to what's normally next.
I think what's normally next for most people is actually checking in not to the hotel, but checking into the live event. So they get away from your hotel registration, and the next step that they do is they check into the live event.
Event registration.
Yep. And a lot of people see event registration purely as logistical. Like, okay, let's get the badge. Let's give them the bag. Let's high five them. Welcome to the event, if they even go that far. We try to think of registration as your next major touch point.
Yes.
Right? Because the first major touch point is checking in at the hotel.
Can I tell them why?
Yeah.
Because if by chance they had a bad experience at the front desk, which you can't control, the next experience they're going to have is with you. And I can't tell you how often registration just turns everything around. You want to have them at hello. So we preach this all day long to our clients.
Jerry Maguire.
Registration, yeah,
nice.
You want to, I know, this for the people who are old enough to know Jerry Maguire, you want to have them at hello.
You had me at hello.
Yeah, it's really important. So, you want to turn it around. So the high five, the hug, the people working the line. If there's a small line at registration, if there's a greeter there, it's like, hey, how are you? Where'd you come in from? What made you decide to come to our live event? What are you most excited about? You'd be amazed how people just slowly kind of light up and get excited about the live event. So all those little touches, easy signage. Well, first of all, the welcome letter at the front desk helps them know exactly what to do. Then signage leading them there so they don't have to fight to discover where registration is. And then they get there and there's somebody greeting them and welcoming them in. And then if there's a small line, there's someone chatting with them. And then the steps are all taken care of magically so they go really seamlessly. All the things that you're supposed to have there need to be there. So this is one of those areas you really want to think about all the deliverables you promised, be it registration, and making sure they're there. But what if you take it one step further and you have a registration experience? There could be a bar, there could be a DJ, they could get a drink ticket to go to the bar. There could be, we did a graffiti wall one time where people could, leave a message that we left up for the whole event. There could be a video
social
station.
Media mosaics.
A social media, there are just so many things you can do. And they don't all have to be expensive. So really think about what you can do to have that touch point that makes it uniquely you and really warms up your audience. It could be a special gift that they weren't expecting. Even something that small. A note from you that looks like it's handwritten but maybe is mass produced, but it's just a quick reminder from you, the host, about how excited you are to see them the next morning is great stick for them to show up on time.
Yeah, and let's go one step further than that, because as you get to a certain size, eventually you're going to be working with a planning team to help you run your event.
Yeah.
And registration is going to be one of those things that in all likelihood the planning team will do for you. But here's the thing. You want to have the forward-facing, the client-facing roles at registration be your team.
If at all possible.
Yeah. And here's the reason why. Your team is going to know your tribal language. In all likelihood, your team will have interacted with some of these people as they got to the live event. Your team will have helped them book a room that perhaps they couldn't get at the group rate. Your team will have a relationship going forward. And you really want to make sure that they cement that relationship and have those visual touch points.
For sure.
So that, the people just continue to get that wonderful, Jeff Walker calls it the love grip.
Yeah,
right?
The love
yeah,
grip.
I love that.
It really works. And here's the thing, too. You're building community. So the more they feel a part of community from the minute they arrive, the more they feel like, I'm so glad I came.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I spent the time and money to get here. I've completely forgotten about the long flight. I've completely forgotten about the kid crying when I left home because I was going to be gone for a few days. I've completely forgotten about the front desk. I'm just immersed in exactly what I thought I was going to be, which is being surrounded by people like me. And this doesn't happen very often, so I'm super psyched to be here.